Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Wade and Carter Show. Ash Wade, Brent Carter. Junior Sample's going to join us as well. Those are the lyrics. That is the song that is under a lot of controversy these days as we welcome you to the Wade and Carter Show this morning from the South Texas TV studios, powered by the VCS companies. We appreciate all that they do. Thank you all, folks, for joining us this morning. Let's jump right into the Wade and Carter weather, brought to you by the fine folks at AT Deerland Feed. We're moving. Got lots to cover this morning. And the weather brought to you by the fine folks at AT Deerland Hay Feed and Ranch Services.
78 degrees in Victoria, heading to a high today of only 99. I think it'll be 100. It always seems to get there. Plan on seeing that.
Phoenix set a new record for North America, like 19 straight days of 110 or better.
Okay, so serious question. Is this a trend? Is this honestly your opinion, whether we like it or not? Is this climate change or is it just hot? It's an El Nino year. There's no storms
There's
right
a heat
now.
dome over. There's
Right.
a high-pressure dome over the southwest.
Hot.
There's other areas that are hot around the globe. I think it's just we'll have to – I mean, you know, you don't call it a winning streak when you win one game, right? So let's see what happens over the next few years. Something like this happens consistently, then maybe so. But the Wade and Carter weather brought to you by great folks at AT Deerland Feed, where it is the Dog Days of Summer sale going on. So stop on by. They've got everything for your pet. Shampoos, flea and tick products. It's even too hot for the fleas these days.
It's terrible.
But they'll take care of you. Dog food, all sorts of stuff.
You know, so he just like chimes in. Like, it's like he's got Tourette's. Like, you're good morning, everybody. Mm-hmm. It's hot out there. Terrible.
Hot out there.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Like, throws in an occasional adjective. I don't know about that guy.
Roll call this morning. Scott Snow checking in. Cody Bauman, Will Vincent. Good morning. Scott Tomko. Brent Anderson says, morning, Cowboys. Torrin Bales checking in. I think Torrin still were huge in the Dominican. Patricia Nagel. Marvin Mickish, Judge Posey, Kendra Douglas, Diane Tippett, Bobby Leister. Roy Gutierrez, Lisa Poole, Greg Garcia, Ricky King.
There you go.
Scott Tomko, Jarrett McCrugan, Karen Murray, Rena Scherer. Good morning, everybody.
T-Lac got me thinking about this song yesterday. I had seen some stuff trending on Twitter and other sources where I like to see where the pulse of the country is.
Kendra
Literally,
Douglas,
it's a
good morning.
nationwide forum. And I was telling Dawn, I said, you know, it seems like they're kind of making it sound like this song could be racist. It could be targeted at. It could be that since maybe Jason Aldean isn't actually from a small town, that he could be appropriating.
Yeah, listen,
and we'll get into
all of this.
Let me give you some of these lyrics for you just to think about. It says, sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. Yeah, you think it's cool? Well, act like a fool if you like. Act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face. Stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough? Well, try that in a small town. That's exactly the way I feel about Victoria, Texas. Don't come down here and hijack my mother, carjack my mom trying to leave HEB. Don't spit on a police officer in this town and think that somebody around here won't whip your ass, because we will.
The wife will whoop their ass.
Junior Samples is in the house. It doesn't matter who's talking. He's going to tell you what he thinks.
Janie Alvarez, Dottie Bitterly. Yeah, I mean, and and they were trying to make this a racial thing, that it was all of that Jason Aldean didn't write the song.
No, look, got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're going to round it up. Well, that might fly in the city. Good luck. Try that in a small town.
Amen.
I got no problem with that. I think he's speaking the sentiment of a lot of folks. Ash has a theory on why. We'll get to that in a second. But it is worth noting that the people that wrote this song, Jason Aldean didn't write this song. They keep saying Jason Aldean's not from a small town.
Grew up in Macon, Georgia. I mean,
it's not a big town.
It's 150,000 now. I don't know what it was when he grew up.
Small town attitude.
Ash pointed
Probably
out
so.
that, by the way, Tom Cruise isn't really a spy. He's a sissy Scientologist. So it doesn't stop people from suspending belief and watching the Mission Impossible movies. Why can't Jason Aldean, who's an artist, perform a song about a small town?
Well, it blows their premise.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now look at what's going on when you consider what's happened with Bud Light and all that. What's your take on this?
This is the left's response to Bud Light. They needed something to balance it out and reclaim their cancel culture title, because the left is famous for it. And they tried it with Morgan Wallen a few years ago. Remember when he was referring to his buddies as the N-word, and one of his idiot buddies was recording the conversation, and
Yes.
he apologized and went to sensitivity training, and
Stupid.
And
Sensitivity training's
they
for
were thinking it
losers.
was going to kill his career, and all it really did was probably catapulted a little further. Well, that was when cancel culture started to not work for the left, and now they're coming after Jason Aldean, hoping, and I think it's going to have the opposite effect once again. I think this is a song that on the 3 charts it's charting on is as high as 19. It's been out for 2 months.
People are getting tired.
So it's not a song
It's
that
not
is
like it's a runaway hit.
It's not a
until
runaway
now.
hit,
Until
but
now.
it will be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, absolutely, it will be. It's starting to become popular. It's getting
He sung it on the CMT Award, CMA 50 concert last night.
Poke the bear.
it got well, and here's it.
But if
The
anybody's
video-
qualified,
well,
the guy
yeah.
survived the mass shooting in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the right spokesman for that.
Absolutely.
The guy also, I mean, and CMT pulled the video. My response to that was, I didn't know CMT still played videos. They got in the way of MTV. There's no music on the damn channels anymore.
Right. There you go.
You know,
What
I'm
did Tammy
surprised.
say?
Tammy Williams says the song's been out. It's the video that is sending the left over the edge because of the riot footage. Well, but again, it's
But he said it's on
Whoa,
actual
that ain't
news
riot
footage. There's
That's
riot
that's a
footage.
riot
peaceful
footage.
protest.
Yeah, I haven't seen the video. I honestly haven't.
I haven't watched the
honestly,
video.
until this morning, never heard the song because
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Jason Aldean fan. There's some songs I like. One of the guys that wrote the song wrote Night Train for him. Great
A
song.
flyover state.
Flyover States, great song. Jason's not a pilot. Nobody got mad at him for talking about flyover states.
Right. Is his wife the one that was the flight attendant that died on a plane?
Yeah,
Who's the guy? I'm sitting here watching airplanes. Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah, that's him, I
dun,
think.
dun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Well, supposedly he's fascinated with airplanes because his wife was a flight attendant and died in a plane
I
crash.
have no idea.
That's sad.
I have no idea if it's true.
Well, speaking
Could be one of the urban lessons,
airlines.
but it's just, but now you can't, as an artist, you can't sing a song.
Well, you can, but you got to be of the right culture.
And one of the writers actually grew up in Paducah, Kentucky. That's 27,000 people. Someone's going to say that's not a small enough town.
Yep.
Well, you said something about a headline today. Did you have something to add?
Oh, well, I'm surprised that the fight inside of me, Merle Haggard, hasn't been more of a useful song.
Well,
Because I mean that's definitely the heartbeat of the country.
Absolutely.
They are walking on the fighting side of us. Of
course, that goes back
they're
to the
wanting to
Viet-
poke us until we get to that point.
Well,
goes
but
back to the Vietnam era. It's been around for 50 years now.
the leftist media is too young and doesn't know who Merle Haggard is, and,
Right.
and the right doesn't want to take it because it's not hip
By the
enough.
way, what are you doing here?
Oh, that's a long story.
Well, we only have an hour show, so give us the Cliff Notes.
Our cruise got canceled an hour before we walked on the airplane.
So you were going to get on a plane, fly to London,
Yes.
to get on a boat,
Yes.
okay, to go to.
England, Ireland, Scotland.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Sounds
it's
like
going to
a
be a great
lovely
cruise.
trip this time of year.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I feel so sorry for Linda because I'd been to London and it's nice, and I was really looking forward to taking her over there and taking her through the Tower of London and
Sure.
we were going to go to the Bleak China factory over in Ireland and then just a really nice cruise. And we're sitting at Sonic. We dropped the dogs off at the kennel, and the folks that we're going with called us on the phone, says don't go to the airport. They canceled the cruise.
Took all the weapons out of my truck, took off my bowie knife.
Man, I had to take. You know how long it took me to empty out all my vehicles of firearms?
Oh, no doubt.
The gun safe. I had to buy a new gun safe just to empty all the guns out of my vehicles and tractor. It was terrible. Now I got to go put them all back.
You're a junior.
See, here's the deal. I don't have a set of headphones, so they get to.
There's a set right there.
Yeah,
Put
but
'em
they
on.
don't work.
No,
They
they
work.
look cute on you, though.
Work good enough.
Yeah, they don't work.
Unmute them.
I'm still not hearing anything.
Good.
See what I'm saying?
Should be working.
We're
I don't know why,
listening
but
to a
anyway.
little
Gary P. Nunn,
little
London
London
Homesick,
Homesick Blues there.
just for you.
Homesick Blues.
Yeah.
We were at Darren Miller's birthday the other night, and we were singing that song. I love London Homesick Blues.
Well, so here's the deal. So you were upset. Now I did some research, as did Ash. They've known about this for a couple of days, but
No, they've known about this for a few weeks.
Well, I saw yesterday. I did a little after you and I talked. I did a little research last night. 2 days ago, the ship pulled into Kiel, Germany.
Hey, I was going to ask you because I couldn't pronounce that, and I figured my local socialist buddy could do it.
Well, never fear. I did some research. Viking, still going.
Yeah.
Royal Caribbean, still going.
going.
Norwegian.
Brian Small says he made this all up. There was no cruise.
Yeah. Trust me, there was a cruise.
Norwegian will pull out Norwegian will just go Viking and pull out the oars.
Yeah, exactly. And we've had this thing paid for over a year and sitting on it. And I mean, the day we get ready to, suitcases in the back of the car, Linda's dressed to the nines, and I'm got hamburger juice running down the front.
She had her traveling sweats on. Let's just look at this. Tomorrow I won't be here. I've been invited to have lunch with, George Clooney and taste tequila. I won't be here. I'll come to our, gosh, doggy. I was at the airport and they canceled. George had to go do something.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Now, we felt bad for you when you called yesterday. I was like, man, just come on the show, cleanse your soul, tell us what's going on.
Well, let me put it to you this way. When we get on the phone with those girls on the line to get everything canceled, I was like, I would not want to be working in, no, sir, you don't want to be here today. There's about 3,000 people calling in, and every one of them's hotter than a pickle. Yeah.
So now what did they, to make it right, I assume they have to give you your money back.
Oh, yeah,
And you had excursions planned, no doubt.
Yes, and their insurance plan is going to pay for all of our airfare back, all of our cruise back, all the excursions, everything that we have done to get ready for this cruise, they are going to pay for, and they're going to give you a free cruise. But this is the second time that they've canceled on us.
Now, if they cancel the next free cruise, do you get a boat?
I would just be happy with a new outboard for mine.
Right.
But yeah, they're going to give us a ferry cruise. But I'll be honest with you, this is the second time they've canceled on us. We were going to go to the Virgin Islands and all of that, St. Kitts, and then COVID hit and they canceled on us.
Wow, that one.
That pesky pandemic.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that one. Wow. Yeah. But
hey, they canceled on us. So, and then they pulled this on us this time. And this time they knew some smack about it. It's a propulsion problem is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I read.
And they were dead in the Baltic Sea for a day, just drifting.
Yeah, at least you're not on that ship at that point.
Well, I mean, you're going to be 3 hots in the cotton and all the tequila you can pour down.
I don't know that I want to be in the Baltic this time of year. Listing.
Well, the deal is, Linda and I haven't had a vacation since we went to Greece like 7-8 years ago.
Wow.
And yeah, because of the social, economic, and what's this cruise line's doing. But the girls at the cruise line have been real nice. But
so they're going to give you a free cruise. What does that entail?
B Small says Junior should easily be able to find another ferry.
Hey.
Oh, a ferry.
Ferry. Just take her back and forth to Port A.
Well, I guess I could drive her over to Galveston and ride the ferry back.
She hasn't left Victoria County since '87. If he took her down to Port Aransas and said, "Honey, we're in London,"
she wouldn't know.
Hand her a margarita.
Yeah, here you go.
Slip her a roofie to fall asleep, and then when she wakes up,
remember you're going to see her tonight.
I know. Who is that lady? Why is she walking around Port A going, "Hello, hello, hello, cheerio"?
Hey, governor.
Hello,
governor.
I studied all the way over here.
Small tea and a biscuit.
I learned your language.
Let's take a quick break and tell you about Allen's Wrecker Service, 578-6300. Allen's your go-to
cruise ship to tow.
Allen can do it. 75-ton crane. Allen can help get that boat moving. The VCS company's Power, the Wade and Carter program for all your communication needs, from a one-to-one ranch radio all the way to a fleet of vehicles like our own sheriff's office. Reach out to the VCS companies.
And you
for
got
all
issues
your
with your phone? Take it in there. They'll help you figure it out.
Absolutely. Chesnick Furniture. You got problems with where your tushy's sitting? Take it by Chesnick. Also, bedding, Tempur-Pedic bedding, Stearns and Foster. Beautiful. high-end bedding delivered today. Go by and get it.
Recliners from Best that
Absolutely.
live up to their name.
And oversized recliners. Like if you and Sweetheart like to sit in that thing, but you don't want a love seat taking up room, get a big oversized recliner. Vera Cruz coming off Caldo Wednesday. Today's a great day to get in for the best Mexican food in town, period. Best tortilla in town, Vera Cruz. Best salsa,
Veracruz.
and they've
Best
got it now
chips.
back in the bottles. You can fill it back up yourself.
Nice.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
handy.
that's real handy. That's a 3 bag of chips difference
Yeah,
right
buddy.
there.
It absolutely is.
And then tonight, Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends. Be there.
tonight,
What do you think, Junior? 7-ish
Yeah,
is
7-ish.
good enough?
We always
start
show
us-
up about 6:45 because we like to eat.
yeah, they start at 7. Bingo starts at 7:30.
And I'm going to tell you right
On the
now,
dot.
that fish and shrimp basket they
That's
got
what
out
you
there
gotta get
is
Linda, some fish and
crazy
chips.
good. There we go.
Get her the London special, some fish and chips.
And a
Get
small
by.
tea.
Check that out. The Astros update
Asking for warm tea.
brought to you by the great folks at First State Bank of Louise. Right here at Stockbauer and Salem.
Matinee yesterday for the Astros.
Yeah, Astros win 4-1. But here's what's important. These are the things. These are the nuances, the depths, the intrigue, the deep research that I do to bring to you on behalf of Patricia Nagel and the great folks at First State Bank of Louise. Brandon Belak, guy that you kind of like Belak. But is he in our rotation? Let's see. I know we have Fromber, and I know we have Christian Javier, and I know Hunter Brown. Yeah, Brandon Belak goes 5 2/3 yesterday of one-hit baseball. He did walk a couple of guys, 3, but he struck out 4. He's not a strikeout pitcher.
No.
But he goes 5 2/3 of one-hit baseball, which allows Dusty to end that 5th inning, or 6th inning, I apologize. He brought in Phil Maton, who got 1 out, struck a guy out to end that inning. 4-0 at that point. He sends Montero to the mound. Don was like, what, does Dusty want to lose? Montero goes out, he walks a guy, walks the first guy, and has a strikeout, but after that gets the double play. Boom, Montero gets to a perfect inning, basically. Then, why not? Let's run Stanek out there. Get Stanek some confidence. He pitches an inning with a strikeout, and then Ryan Presley comes out, gives up a home run, but the Astros hold on, really don't struggle, but they win 4-1. What I find interesting about that is Dusty is back. We used to joke about the Spurs. You just roll the ball out and tell the Spurs to go play because they pick and roll. They do what they have to do. Dusty's back managing this ball club. He's back telling Montero, I need you. Get me this out. I need you to get me through this inning. I need the bullpen to rest. And these guys are starting to perform again. As that happens, you're going to see the Astros close the gap and overtake the Texas Rangers. Also,
Rangers won last night. The Rangers update by Scott Tomko. He says Rangers win.
worth noting that, the Rangers are really good, but B. Small will tell you that in his heart he knows they're going to fold. A lot is going to happen in the next 2 weeks as we close in on the trade deadline. I think if nothing else, if it's only ceremonial, if it's only to show the fans that they really care, the Rangers have to make a big trade. The Rangers have to go get a big arm. I'm going to say it, the Rangers need to go get Shohei Ohtani for the playoff run.
Won't.
I don't know why they wouldn't. This is as close as they've been to going to the World Series since they went. They need to get Ohtani. Bring him in, take some pressure off their own DH. I'm telling you, they will be awesome.
This is the weekend that could make or break. Well, I shouldn't say make or break the season, but it really could redefine the second half because the Rangers host the Dodgers.
Dodgers are formidable.
The Astros are in Oakland.
Oakland
sucks.
should be 4 straight wins or 3 straight wins. Worth noting,
Should
Chas
be.
McCormick, last week's Major League Baseball, not American League, Major League Baseball Player of the Week, is hitting 500 plus since the break.
Yeah, crazy.
And he had at least one hit yesterday, and one of them was a home run.
Yeah, it's a 4-game set for the Astros. It's a 3-game set against the or is it a 4-game set for the Dodgers too? And Rangers.
McCormick went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, a home run, and scored a run.
3-game set for the Rangers.
So of the 4 runs the Astros had, McCormick accounted for 3 of them.
Yeah.
He is on fire. If anybody gets traded, I'm sorry, Jake Myers, I'm sorry. They've got too much time and money invested in too much local charm in Corey Jolks. Brantley's not coming back. I'm certain at the end of the year he'll just retire.
Yeah. But I don't know how you it seems whenever McCormick and Meyer are on the trade block, they play better.
No doubt about it.
But here's the thing. McCormick is at his highest value he'll ever have right now. He's playing great. He's having a good season. You need an arm. And you have to give up something to get something
And you're
worth the crap.
saying you might consider trading that kid that we brought up through our program? Didn't he come up through our minor league program?
Yeah.
They ain't trading him. That's why you work, is to cultivate these players. You can't just trade them. That's what the Astros used to do. That's what they used to do.
Yeah, but
when
now
they were
you've got a
losing 100
farm.
games.
Yeah, but now you've got a farm system that has a lot of talent in it.
It's pretty
that's-
slim right now, I think.
That's why you built that farm system, was so you could keep these years going and not just be a one and done like the Florida Marlins.
Yeah, I'd trade Myers. I would not trade McCormick. And by the way, folks, rest easy. The Astros won't either.
But I don't think Myers brings you the arm you need back. Greg
won't.
Garcia agrees with you. He says it would be pure
It'd
stupidity.
be pure
to trade
stupidity.
Chas
I would
McCormick.
never call my partner just stupid, but that would be right on the verge of stupid.
I'm
to
not
do.
saying I like McCormick. I'm not saying trade him, but if there's anybody right now that's worth something that's going to get you something in return, it is McCormick.
And then my question would be, because when I read,
Team friendly salary.
and I actually do read a lot of the publications, do you look for the Astros to make a significant move, and do you think they need to? I think they just need to be healthy.
Well, that'll help. But what? This is the second time on the DL for both Altuve and Alvarez this year.
Yeah,
so,
but they're both just they're both lounging around. Alvarez had a dinger yesterday
lounging
in
around.
Sugarland. They're just all just
Sin
having
City.
fun.
You're referring to Sugarland as Sin City now? You just
Right,
don't
Sin
went there, right?
City.
Tom Price, Kerry Bump checking in. Kelly Farmy says, I claimed that I did research last night to figure out what was going on with your cruise ship. She says, in reality, I was just fact-checking your story and validating it.
You know, I've got a new appreciation for Kelly Frobby. She's actually throwing me some shade. You know, we sat down and had dinner with him at the Legion and got to know him, and then went and had drinks with him later. And now she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go mess with Junior."
You know,
Everybody messes with
that's
Junior.
Junior's story. The truth is, there were two seats across the table from them at the Legion.
Yeah, they were screwed.
Junior sat down, and then when they left, Junior followed him to the country club. That's what happened.
Actually,
he
we went
makes
over
it sound like it was consensual. Hey, that sounds like Donald Trump at Bergdorf's. Come on, it was consensual. What are you talking about?
And then they were getting their tires worked on, and I yelled at them out through the car. And she's like, "Hey."
And she was
So
like,
now you're stalking him.
she gave me yeah, no doubt. In other news, Junior has a temporary restraining order. Can't go within
Hey,
500
they're
feet.
following me. I can't help it.
Can't come in within 500 feet of Travis and Cal.
Or a Chuck E. Cheese.
David Glass checking in. Good morning to you, sir.
They need to show up at bingo tonight.
There's no reason for him not to.
Absolutely.
Where friends meet friends, Palace Bingo, right there on the
every
Houston
reason for
Highway.
a billion reasons for everybody to show up at bingo tonight, because one
Yeah.
winning ticket last night.
One person in downtown L.A. won
Wow.
$1 billion. You
Wonder
think
if
there's
it's
going to be some
Oh,
Cadillacs
no.
sold in Los Angeles?
There's
Homeless
another
dude.
kick to Linda because she's like all over that. She's like, "I just want 4 numbers."
Well, you know, the thing
The
is,
Mega Millions is up there, 700 and something this
Yeah.
week. Tonight,
what's interesting
tomorrow.
is if you were to win but the numbers were last night. The odds of you winning were 1 in 292 million and change.
You have a better chance of getting struck by lightning twice in your lifetime than
Right.
ever winning the lottery.
Right.
Fine. I mean, I'll go out in the front yard with a steel rod when it's raining. I mean, I'm like, help me. But at the same time, Junior,
The wife's rolling you in silver aluminum foil.
right? No doubt, copper wire coming out of my ears. A key, symbolic for Ben Franklin.
Electricity's electricity.
Right.
Holding the rabbit ear.
But if you
She puts a rabbit ear.
Lick
if
your
you
fingers,
get
hold
5 of them and you do the double play, which I always do because it's an extra $1, you get $2 million.
Yeah.
2 million. You know, like I would settle for that with
Well,
no
wait. Was this the one that was the $1 trillion one?
billion.
The $1 billion.
It wasn't Ukraine money.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if we have already made it to the Weimar Republic or not. So,
Not yet. All those zeros always confuse you anyway.
Yeah, I know.
I wonder if the Bidens bought any tickets.
I doubt it.
Time flies with Junior here.
Are we already
man.
there?
No, it's 25 after the hour.
Yeah.
That's like practically
Time
tomorrow.
flies whenever you're around such greatness.
Tomorrow. That's like tomorrow in Newfoundland. Sheila Jackson Lee. She flexes her fundraising muscles. You want to know about
She's got
how,
to give back some contributions, apparently.
let me tell you how dumb she is.
Who's this?
Sheila Jackson Lee.
Oh, that woman is hilarious.
Well, here she is.
She's the funniest person.
She's a
in Congress.
congresswoman, but she's running for mayor of Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like deep in her heart, she always wanted to be homecoming queen. You know? Well, who wants to be mayor of Houston? Can you imagine Michael Cloud coming back to challenge Jeff Bachnight for mayor of Victoria? I always wanted to be mayor. That's just
Reach
the
for the stars.
dumbest thing ever.
Well,
How old
What-
is that broad anyway?
I don't know, but she has to give back $60,000 in
She's a
fundraising
thief.
because there's been illegal campaigns to her or
A dead
donations
woman.
to her campaign. Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
That dead woman gave her money.
Well,
And
that just
she-
tells me the DNC is funding her mayoral
That's
campaign.
it. That's
She
it.
is 73 years old.
And she's not even a native Texan. She's from Delaware.
Well, I can't
You know?
help where she's from. She is as dumb as a rock.
25 grand came from the Border Health PAC, which is linked to Alonzo Cantu, big donor. Apparently, he also made campaign or personal contributions to the campaign. But apparently, yeah. So I don't,
Yeah.
because she hasn't done enough to screw up the city of Houston as
Well, her
State
ward,
rep?
Her ward looks like a bomb site. So
Yeah, Alonzo Cantu's the guy that owns Lone Star National Bank down in the valley.
yeah.
Big, big, big friends with Hillary Clinton.
yeah,
When Hillary used to come to the
Well,
valley,
you-
she stayed at Alonzo's house.
you got to be a big friend with Hillary Clinton because if you're a small friend with
You're
Hillary
dead.
Clinton,
You might-
get
yeah, you
two
might
in
be
the-
dead.
two in the pumpkin. So
What was Myra Flores going to run again for Congress down the valley?
Oh, yes,
and she's
yes.
actually polling better than she did
yes,
the first
'cause
time.
You remember?
Yeah,
Well, she
I
won
liked
the
her.
special election, right?
yeah,
Right, like Michael Cloud did.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she served for a few months, and then she lost the next election, and they're saying there might have been a little skullduggery shenanigans
You
going
think?
on, but now so she's thrown her name back in, and maybe we'll try and reach out and get her on. But apparently she's polling very well.
and I like listening to her talk. She's very well put together. as
Well,
far as-
because the people down there are tired of what's going on,
Yeah.
and they went back to the Democrats thinking that they were going to actually solve the problems, and nothing's been solved.
so are
Which
we
is Sheila Jackson Lee. Let's not solve the problems. Let's just
compound them?
yes, that's all she does in Houston.
Well, are we buying the fact that we're not giving water to the illegals as they're coming across? I don't buy it for a minute. I think it's the guy is just trying to do everything he can to make that situation look bad.
You're in a river. There's lots of water.
There's
right
water
there.
around you.
I'm sorry. You're coming from countries that don't have clean drinking water. They're used to slurping it out of the river.
Yeah.
I've seen it when I've gone to Mexico.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kids will bend over and grab a handful of the river water and drink it.
That's why you don't drink the water in Mexico anyways. It's full of bacteria.
But that's what I'm saying. They do drink it.
Oh, yeah. Go
We're
to
getting-
Mexico, bring back friends.
We're getting lots of flack. Let me redirect the ship since this is just mumbling going on amongst me. We're getting lots of flack from Texas troopers
Yeah.
being accused of pushing. They're pushing miscarrying women, children, nursing babies. They're being accused of pushing back into the river. First of all, even Homeland Security has admitted that our state troopers, think H.R. Mallory, deployed to the border where he has been. They're not physically pushing anybody into any water. They are standing there with a presence with the National Guard saying, you can't come ashore.
Although supposedly there was an email from a trooper detailing some of these things. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yes,
he's a whistleblower.
He talked about, he's a whistleblower, and he talked about, now you think about this, that there was a woman who got ensnared where the new buoys are. There's
Right.
razor wire
yeah.
attached to them. It's more than a deterrent. It is a showing that you cannot cross here. If you swim out there and get tangled up in that,
That's
shame
on
on
you.
you.
Yeah.
That's social Darwinism. Only the stupid would do that. So we really don't need you here. We don't want you here. You are not our tired and huddled masses yearning to be free. You're an idiot.
One of them apparently a pregnant woman ready to give birth and deliver. So
she needs
she's
to
here.
stay in the pampas grass and have the baby.
She's
Exactly.
here. She's here simply to deliver an anchor baby.
Yep.
Absolutely. So
We're
We
trying to
don't
get
need
here for that
stupidity
purpose.
coming across the border.
No.
We breed it here just fine.
Absolutely. And these are not people from Pedros Negros that are just Hispanics or Mexicans wanting to come over here and work at Taco Bell. That is not the case.
No.
These are people from Guatemala,
That's
Honduras.
that's the narrative that the
China.
left tries to push.
It is ridiculous.
More and more Chinese coming across.
Yeah.
They're going through Panama and trekking the jungles, which is a myth as well. There is there is an area of the Amazon and such that they actually have to walk.
Mm-hmm.
The path has become so well worn, and they've gone the cartel have gone in and cleared parts of this where they can. It's no longer the dangerous trek through anaconda-ridden
Right.
jungles,
Absolutely.
right?
There's our own super trooper, H.R. Mallory says, we want them, he's a trooper. We want them crossing at the points of entry where it is safer. We're trying to get the message across to them. Don't cross the river. It bounced up with Nick Rule. Don't cross the river.
Nick's always screwing things up.
Use the bridges. The fact of the matter is, if you're dumb enough to go out there, and by the way, we're not talking about 30-foot deep, whitewater, rapid, turbulent. If you're so stupid that you look out there and see a 5-foot floating orb held together with other orbs by razor wire and you swim into it, bye. Don't need you here.
Yeah.
When you can,
And
right
somehow-
down the
yeah.
river is a bridge.
An entrance. Exactly.
I've crossed that bridge at Piedras Negras.
Got no
Yes.
time for that.
Exactly.
And there's idiots, and they're trying to say it's our fault or the troopers' fault or DPS or whoever, National Guard. It's Americans' fault that a teenage boy broke his leg when he hit a bridge buttress trying to swim the river. Really? That's
Exactly.
our fault? That's
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. My deal with that is the Department of Justice is now looking into and labeling Governor Abbott as being cruel. Look, Governor Abbott gave them what? 4 years? 3 years? Begged the feds, do something about our southern
Or we're
border.
going to.
He's
Yeah.
absolutely doing this to send a message, to demand a
I
response.
think the buoys are genius.
I think they are
Nick
as well.
Rule says, calm down, guys. Kamala is going to fix this. This stuff takes time, and she's working really hard.
She's so stupid.
She can't even fix a sandwich.
She and Sheila Jackson Lee could get together and just solve all the world's problems.
Oh.
It is the most amazing assemblage of lunacy
You're right.
in Washington, D.C.
We are becoming the laughing stock.
We're
of the
there.
world.
We are already there. Yeah.
World laughs. The world laughs as we preach our morality. We preach about human rights, and then we let our veterans sleep on the streets
As
while
someone
we're
that I
sending
know
trillions of
says,
dollars to Ukraine.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely. We're sending billions and billions of dollars to support an oligarch in Ukraine who nothing is what it seems on the surface over there, while on the surface of our own streets we have veterans sleeping in their own urine. It's ridiculous. It's
Saw a
ridiculous.
video the other day, and I shared it. I'm sure it's been taken down now, but contrasting the streets of Kyiv, capital of Ukraine,
Yeah, there's some
With
and,
context
Pennsylvania.
and
there.
Philadelphia. Have you
Philadelphia.
seen that one?
Did you see
People,
those
people are
in
going about their
Philadelphia?
daily lives in Kyiv with no issues, no drugs, no squalor, no crap on the streets, nobody urinating on side of buildings. They don't even know they don't even know that there's a war going on.
Then
And
you
then-
see Philly, and there's like people are like
Zombies.
like. There's people sitting
Exactly.
Indian style with their head just hanging.
Oh, no, standing there with their heads
I'm
leaned
literally,
over.
folks. I'm literally at the point. Look, I'm all about. There's so many different things, right? Like there's people that have mental health issues who shouldn't be in prison. I get that. There's state offices like, does the sheriff's office really have time to babysit a crackhead at our jail? No. Those people have mental health issues and they need to be treated by somebody else. But I'm telling you, with zero guilt, I could put these people in a cattle trailer so they were well ventilated, give them each a gallon of water, take them 50 miles out of town and drop them off and go, if you make it home, we'll treat you. If you stay out here and stumble around like you're doing in downtown Austin, then die. We don't need you. Whatever happened to just social justice? Everybody doesn't get a Visa or a MasterCard or a private jet
or a cell phone
or a TikTok account.
Yeah.
If you can't contribute, if you need help, get help. If you've already pissed off your whole family, every employee you've ever had, and everybody you've ever known as a friend, and nobody wants you, then physician heal yourself.
Yeah.
At some point, quit being a drag on entire communities, laying around on the streets, and then claiming you've got some kind of rights when you've got a dirty needle hanging out of your arm. I'm tired of you. Is that socially acceptable? No. Are some of you cringing right now? Yes. And shame on you. Where have we gone as a country that we allow this garbage to perpetuate? Get these people off our streets. If he's got mental health issues. No, man, that guy's a dolt. That guy's a drug-ridden idiot.
Well, not only that, Brent, but we've created areas in certain of our cities where it's a safe zone so they can go stab themselves with drugs.
Well, Seattle's all known for it.
Yeah.
Send them up there.
Seattle
Canada's
and
got buildings that the government has paid for people to go shoot up in. They get clean needles.
Yeah. A friend of mine up in Seattle, his thing is salmon fishing, and they can't eat the salmon because there is drugs in the salmon.
Now, my BP is good because I get it off.
Yeah.
I get it off. I get it out of me.
He has this release every morning.
Tell me you don't agree. Tell me you do agree.
No, you're spot on.
Look, imagine going to a town. We laugh about it. We had Pepper. It was all fun and games.
Till Pepper almost killed
somebody. Now go to a city like Austin. You've got 500 Peppers walking around on 6th Street. I'm sorry, man. Send in the snipers. We ain't got time for that. That is ridiculous.
And then the city has to go through and tear down all those tents and clean up that whole area. I mean, that's just expense on the government. It's just unnecessary.
Kara Murray says we're an enabling society.
That's right. And to our own detriment. Lisa Poole says, Brent, most of these people do not want help.
No, they don't.
Fine. Then escape within your brain somewhere else.
Why do they always pick downtown where we want to go? And
because let's be honest. The downtowns of most American cities are desolate wastelands. Yeah. Nobody's in them anymore.
Well, yeah.
They're there from 8 to 5 if they're there at all.
You got some change.
Well, Detroit's got a bunch of blown out buildings. We could start busing them.
I mean, if you think about downtowns, New York City might be the only thriving one that I'm aware of. Kansas City's is fairly decent. Yeah. There aren't many. If it wasn't for Bourbon Street, you wouldn't. And that's not even really downtown.
Yeah.
It's a little bit off downtown in New Orleans.
There aren't
many of them.
Cody Bauman wants to know, are we still talking about Hunter Biden? Yes.
Yes.
That guy,
absolutely.
Sheree Burchett adds, he's getting too old to get wound up like this. We better figure this stuff out quick.
The difference between a crackhead in the streets out here and Hunter Biden is better drugs.
Right. Ricky King says, hey, Junior, it's not an expense on the government, and it's an expense on the people.
Well, but there's the thing. It's now all of our problem, right? It used to be back before the institutions of socialized medicine or government health care or the government picking up this tab, families took care of this stuff.
And churches.
But the government and all the people have done everything they can to decimate the church.
And they'd lie to you. So-and-so's going to visit their aunt this summer. Right? That was always the answer to every problem.
Drugs or pregnancy.
In the 30s, 40s, and 50s, That was always the answer. They're spending the summer with Aunt Sally up in Vermont. Yeah.
Stephanie went to camp. She came back with stretch marks. AJ Lutterback checks in. Good morning. Funky says, what does San Antonio look like? Tell you what, San Antonio looks great. You know why? Because they have a big guy that comes along and scoops those people up and gets them out of the money-making area known as downtown San Antonio.
Well, because that's what they've done. They've created their downtown to be a tourist district, and they don't want that crap in their tourist district. You look at the downtowns that have been riddled with homelessness, lawlessness, drug use, petty and violent crimes. They're downtowns that have had nothing. They're wastelands. They might have been an 8 to 5 type of thing.
Have you ever been to Oklahoma City?
Yes.
Yes.
Bricktown. When I was a kid, Bricktown was always just kind of a part of town that everybody forgot.
Bunch of old warehouses.
Old warehouses. There
Like
was
downtown
pharmaceutical
Austin.
companies down there that went debunked in the 20s.
But homeless people don't flock to Oklahoma City because they don't want to be swept up in a tornado. They all saw Twister back in the day.
Right.
They don't want to be swept up in a tornado.
Nick Rule says Junior Samples is a man of the people.
Thank
Give me
you.
some sponsors.
Nick Rule says he loves Bricktown.
Oh, Bricktown's
It
wonderful.
is a great place, and it's a great
Bricktown's
ballpark to
wonderful.
go watch AAA game. I
Absolutely.
know you're not
The
a
only
baseball
thing that
fan.
I have against what they did in Oklahoma City was it used to be the Oklahoma City 89ers over at 89er Stadium. My grandfather built that stadium, so I have a little bit of a sweet spot
I bet
there.
it took him a while.
It did.
Armor Air, folks, 579-0966. Let Armor Air come out and solve your... If you're overheated, if this show has you overheated, let him come out. Ryan and their team will come out,
Great folks.
clean your
Excellent
coil,
folks.
check your pressure. They'll draw down the vacuum on it.
They went out to a friend of mine's house, and they were having troubles with humidity, and they put the plenum together wrong, and there
Not
it was,
Armor Air. Somebody.
No. The company before them, and it created a big dam, and it was just holding water right there, and it was pulling hot air in through one spot and creating a moisture area. They sealed that up and fixed it within a couple of hours, and man, Bill. And
Works
in
like a
fact,
champ.
this is the guy that we're talking about. He's the one that we were going on the cruise with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you and see that, folks. It's a small world. It all
We
comes
live
full
in
circle.
a small
We live in a
little
small
bubble.
town.
At least
Yep.
Bill gets to go back
And
to
some
a
of us
nice
are
and
the
cool
lead
home,
goldfish.
right? At least you're Nemo. At least Bill gets to go back to a nicely cooled home. White Trash
Yes, he
Services, 550-1826. Let BJ Nelson, Scott Nelson, Carl Stevens, and their team service you in the 6 contiguous counties and Victoria
They can
County.
clean up your world, and you'll have a trash-tastic game.
Kennedy,
Absolutely.
Carson, White Trash Services, USA
Cleanest
Concrete
truck
Coating,
in town.
578 Home, USA Concrete Coating. Put down a tough as nails polyurethane coat that won't crack, stick, peel, or fade, or they'll seal and epoxy, clean up.
It's
Polish, when?
Well,
Do we have a date, or are you still
no,
waiting on the
we're-
drywall to get
the
done?
the sheetrock's up.
Okay.
We
How
got
are you gonna
sheetrock up.
How are you going to break Linda's heart with that? That it's not really happening.
I'm gonna tell you right now. See, well, actually, that's a plus because we were stopped for the cruise. Now we can just keep on trucking.
Linda, turn off the radio, sweetheart. We'll see you
Oh,
tonight.
let me tell you, she was inconsolable yesterday. Bless her heart.
Bless her heart.
I bet.
We'll make it up to her tonight. Fish and chips at Palace Bingo. Wind services for all your
Bring your
generator
vinegar, and
needs.
I'm sure they have some there.
They're going to have everything you need from not just the certified electrician connection to your power box, not only the certified plumber connection to your fuel source. They can lay the conduit. They can put down all the piping. They can do it all.
You've got an
Turnkey
older home. You're
services.
renovating it. You want more electrical outlets. You want outlets placed where they're convenient, not where they used to have to be every 8 feet or 12 feet or whatever the old one in a
They
bedroom
never
back
asked the
in the
wife
day.
where
No,
she wants the outlets.
you know. But I mean,
Every 2 feet.
my grandma's house. I think she had like in the bedroom 2 outlets, and they were never anywhere near the.
and
bed,
they're all
right?
on the same circuit.
Yeah.
Right.
So when can help
One
you
house,
with that too.
one breaker.
One wire that goes around the circumference of the house.
There you go.
That's all you need.
All you need is one of those multi-port plug things.
Wired like an RV.
And an extension cord.
Protector. Yeah.
Nick Rule says they are the Dodgers affiliate. The first game I ever saw in Oklahoma City. They were the Oklahoma Redbirds. They were a Cardinals,
I
farm
thought they were
team.
now. See, when they were the 89ers, they were the Rangers.
and now they're.
And
now-
my only claim to fame to baseball is I saw a Catfish Hunter pitch at 89er Stadium when I was
Very
a kid.
nice.
when,
Yeah.
and now they are. I believe they still are a Dodgers affiliate. Yes, sir.
So, and now they're called the Red Hawks. I think it's the Red Hawks.
No, I think no, they're the 80.
Don't get me lying. I haven't lived in Oklahoma
Red
City.
Hawks. They were the Red Hawks when I first saw them, but they're now a Dodgers
They're
affiliate.
the 89ers, right?
I don't know what they are anymore.
No,
Oklahoma
they
City.
haven't been the 89ers
They're the
for a long
Bombers?
time.
No, they're not the Bombers.
There was no humor there. I thought there isn't there a group called the Bomb? Oh, that was not a reference to the federal building. That was not anything sick humor.
I think you're thinking of the Brazos Valley Bombers.
That's what I was thinking of. That's right.
The Oklahoma City Dodgers. They are the Oklahoma City Dodgers now. So.
Which is odd for a Cardinals affiliate.
Yeah.
They're not. They're a Dodgers affiliate now. Have
Little
been for a long
bonus
time.
minor league update brought to you by First State Bank of Louise. That's like that's actually brought to you by their
Branch and Moulton.
Well, did the Tulsa Drillers stay in that same group?
Huh?
Is the Tulsa Drillers still in
Yeah, I think they're still in the
with the Rangers?
No, the Drillers are a Texas League team. Double A.
Okay. Yeah, I had a brother-in-law that coached for them long time ago. That was like
7 degrees of junior samples. It's got Kevin Bacon knows junior samples.
Hey, I've got a fan base that you would not believe.
Oh, I know you do.
Nick Rule's your fan club president. 151st British Open kicking off, just the Open. You notice the British are starting to commandeer these things. This is the Open. Wimbledon is now the championship. It's no longer Wimbledon. They don't refer to these things as the rest of the world refers to them.
But now the rest of the world's been wrong about the British Open for a long time because the only reason there ever was a British Open is because it became a U.S. Open. It was always the Open Championship. And it is the Open Championship. It is the granddaddy of them all. It's like the Rose Bowl of golf. It may not be.
Oh, that's what it is.
Not quite as much pageantry.
Right.
But pretty close.
But, yes. I don't know what's going to happen there. My prediction is Rory McIlroy will win it. I think Rory's playing great golf.
But how many Scottish Open winners come back the next week and win the British Open? I don't recall many.
But I'll tell you something, but he did win just a couple of weeks ago. He's won like 3 out of his last 4 tournaments, I think. He's hot. I found it interesting that Cam Smith, was his name Cam Smith?
Cameron Smith, yeah.
Yeah, he's the reigning champion. But he's also a live golf guy. Okay? And none of the featured groups that the Brits chose to show on television, none of the featured groups had anybody from live golf.
Really?
Including last year's champion, who's playing good golf. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. They had Jordan Spieth, they had Rory, they had the guys that are loyal to the PGA Tour, and my gut tells me that somewhere in there the PGA Tour lobbied for that. Don't feature those guys. Don't want to see those guys.
Or the networks because they're on a competing network.
Well, true story.
Could have been them.
Yep.
Ricky King says, Junior, your fans are in your head.
No. Not all of them.
And Mark Kurtz says it's a big head.
Ricky. Wow, how about that? All your fans are in your head, and Mark Kurtz doubles down. That's a big head.
Nick Rule comes to your defense, though. He says, you're a man who could be the mayor of anywhere USA. Victoria, Newton, Iowa, Kearney, Nebraska.
Hey, I'll take it.
Don't run for mayor. They'll call you a racist.
Well, wait a minute. See, I won't get my sponsors to be Bud Light like you did.
Right. Absolutely. I'd vote for you.
This town couldn't handle me.
Probably not.
But, I love Mayor Balknight, period. And I love him as our mayor. I think Jeff's a great guy. I think he's the right guy at the right time. The circumstances were terrible.
He's the best one we've had in a long while.
But I think he's doing a great job. I really like Jeff Balknight. And knowing the way things played out makes me super content that I'm not stuck with that no-paying job. I've got enough of those already. But at the end of the day, I do wish that there was a little more, if not controversial, a more electric city council. I wish that we did things here that were, if not controversial, at least made people say, whoa, man, that little town's got something going on. Where, I don't know, pick something.
Some people tried to be woke, and that didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we just look like a bunch of, free speech suppressionists and racist, which we're not.
And I'm not a fan of Boot Fest. I mean, it's just.
I thought it was fun.
Well, that's because.
But that's flowing the coop.
He's down there selling dope.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, it's a little dime bag. Whatever it takes for the kids.
That's our Hunter Biter moment.
Can you imagine?
Brought to you
Weed Fest. Weed Fest in Victoria. By the way,
we had that. We called it Armadillo Confab.
Plenty of fun and games for the kids right nearby. Bring your kids. Smoke a bong.
That was the Armadillo Confab back in the day.
Why not? Drag queens. Come on down. Drag
Well,
Your
queen.
kids down. We'll let them ride the trebuchet.
Something is going to happen. Let's be honest. They're not expanding De Leon Plaza just for the sake of De Leon Plaza to be expanded.
Jason Aldean's coming to play. That's what's going to happen.
There's something that's going to happen down there on an annual basis once that's built.
And that's
Otherwise, it's a waste of money.
Yeah.
Right?
It's going to be nice.
Bachfest, brought to you by the Victoria
Bach
Symphony.
Night.
You know, when you drive
BAU.
through small town Texas, the first thing I always go for is the town square so I can see what their building looks like downtown.
Right.
And we've got a really beautiful downtown.
Oh, we have a beautiful building.
We could have a nicer.
It's a beautiful downtown.
Yeah, but unfortunately, egotistical visions ruined our town square.
Yes.
You got two big buildings on either side of it that don't allow for really anything. I mean, they're going to take the one side.
That annex building is ugly. Hey, Scott Tompkins says it's going to be big, big, big. I'm telling you, wait. VEDC, things to share. Things are coming. It's going to be bigger than ever.
LaGrange has got a really nice town square.
They got a lot of nice girls there.
And I'm telling you, one of the best bakeries on the backside of that is up in LaGrange.
There you go. You just go for the
More
bakeries.
minutia from Junior Samples. Let's take our last break. Then we're see, you folks think this is easy to do every day. Try listening to that every day.
Linda, we feel for you.
I love him.
Oh, man.
I love him. Folks, the Great Barn Mercantile. Let Cheryl decorate your life. You can call 920-6803 and request a flower arrangement.
Yep. I was
Cheryl
speaking to
will
someone
hook you
yesterday,
up.
surprised that she had flowers in there. I'm like, she loves flowers. They are in there. If you need if you need an arrangement,
The whole store smells wonderful. Though,
sure,
from the
Cheryl will
flowers
make
being
you
there.
an arrangement that you won't find anywhere else. This isn't FTD, folks.
She eats a little poutine. Got to get those flowers working in there. Come on. Get by and see Cheryl. Ads and offer since 1926. Ads and offer and adsandoffer.com.
Guy who's never had poutine.
Right?
Has no effect on you that way.
Vladimir Putin. I did notice coming in, that was if he was French. Ash, by the way, wants me. This is the way. I'm the straight guy, right? I'm the one. He wants me to wear a turban, go into full blackface, and I'll do the show as Ahmed Trudeau.
Well, I'm just trying to pay, homage to my homeland.
Yeah.
And the idiot racist leader that Canadians continue to elect.
Right. Absolutely. We have a couple more sponsors, I think.
Yeah, I think we do.
After ads and offer, we have to talk about the law offices of Steve Kidder. Steve Kidder for all your, oh, man, if you get in trouble, if you got to, it can be, he'll talk to you about your ticket. There are things you can do to minimize your pain, and Steve Kidder will not charge you to talk to him. Call Steve Kidder. Also, you've got AJ's Detailing. Go to AJ's Facebook page. We're trying to coordinate.
Trying to direct airline
you see,
traffic.
Look behind
in
the
here.
scenes. There's the little glimpse of the brother right there. AJ's Detailing. Check him out on Facebook. Let AJ completely just update your vehicle. He's done work for Junior. He's done work for others.
Jay's the best.
There you go. Ash turns your mic on finally. There we go.
That's all right.
Was that it, Betty?
No, there it is.
The brother man in the house.
Well, I had to do some research, but I got a couple of things for you. But good to hear.
Did you research my cruise too? Because
Yeah,
everybody
what
else wants to see.
happened, man?
They just canceled the cruise.
Should have
man.
listened to the first half
I
hour,
did.
brother.
I heard it,
We
but
covered that.
Hey,
I
Brother
heard it.
Gary knows a guy. Brother Gary could have got you on a boat over there.
We don't need to rehash that
You
and
don't wanna
bring up his PTSD and have Junior on the streets.
Oh, the
in a
lady I talked to
drug-induced
on the phone had
squalor, crapping in his
PTSD.
pants.
Hey,
We're moving on.
Hey, Junior was in the Navy. He was going to sleep face down on that cruise.
That's right.
You guys crack me up.
Old
That's all
pillow
I know.
biter.
Y'all crack
You
me
old
up,
pillow
man.
biter, you.
I still can't believe you're straight.
I know one thing. You guys are too much.
Stop
You're funny.
it.
Quit it.
Well, we
You're
got
so
some good
mean.
stuff, baby.
Tell us, brother man,
Well,
what's
let me
going
give you
on?
the main event coming up this week. Is Miss Victoria pageant. That's
Oh,
Saturday.
fantastic.
Debbie
You
Bennett-
hosting that?
I'll be doing it. Debbie Bennett
Amazing.
Green.
Do you
is-
sing "There She Is"?
That's right. We got
Miss
that down.
Miss Victoria.
Got it down, man. Got it down. Man. It's always great.
Junior ends up at a pageant. They sing "In the Navy."
Oh, no. If I was in a pageant, they'd have me out back
YMCA.
grazing.
Unbelievable.
I love it. Well, that's the big one. That's Saturday night. Of course, VISD Fine Arts Center, 6 o'clock. And I've enjoyed it for the many
You know what?
years.
That's a really nice venue.
is.
That's a nice
Beautiful.
place to go, and
Yeah.
the city did something nice there.
They-
Those young ladies work hard to do that.
they're
Oh,
super.
absolutely. And Debbie Bennett Green's been doing that for years and years. She's awesome.
She's terrific.
Sweet lady.
We're gonna make headlines like, what was it, Miss Universe, Miss Thailand, or wherever it was.
Are you going to ask her any tough questions?
Where they found out it was a guy?
Yeah.
Whatever they give me.
Right. Brother Man is like, if you
He
were
doesn't write them. He just reads them.
if you were in a grocery store,
He's our Jason Aldean.
Yeah.
Yes.
He didn't write the questions.
No.
He's just reading.
You
the
don't want me to
questions.
write the question.
So-
I'll make sure they can answer them.
Brother
That's
Man
what I
looks
do.
at a 17-year-old girl and says, if you were in a grocery store and you saw a lady fall, would you go over and help her pick up? And the little girl goes, world peace.
No. World peas.
Peace. Yeah.
Well, boys, I got that one. Of course, Little Mermaid, Disney's production, and that's at Theater Victoria, Leo J. Weller Center, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and next week. So those are the two I wanted to throw out there, but I got some good stuff. All right, ready to go. A little baseball first?
Yes, sir. A little baseball.
All right, Houston, they were projected to win. We all picked over, I think, 95 wins.
Yes.
Okay, their now projection is, through the first half of the season into the second half, 89.5.
I think they're going to get hot. I told you,
You
earlier
think so?
that I thought they had a 20-game run in them.
89.5.
They've
They had
won.
They had what? 11 at that point.
They've won 18 of their last 26
Well, they're
or 27. I like
Still
their
doing
chances.
great. I think so. I like their chances too. Now let me give you Texas. The Rangers, there was 82.5.
Now they're 97.
88.5. They think the Astros could win more.
See, they're still thinking the
88
Astros.
and a
Are
half.
gonna, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I think the logical world.
This weekend, like I said, this is the weekend for the Astros to start putting some pressure on the Rangers.
Right? I heard y'all say that.
And then, I mean, because what, 4.5 back, 4 back?
4.5, something like that.
Although Ricky
So-
King says that did he say his son?
Son's going to the UHV. I think that's baseball camp.
So is Caden.
The
Yeah,
baseball
we're going to
camp
send
this
Stefano
weekend.
his camp.
Yeah.
Jack's really good.
It's next week, isn't it?
I've heard Jack.
Yeah,
his
next
son
week.
Jack
Tuesday.
is really a good player.
Nick Rule says the Can-Am Food Festival, Wade and Carter. That's what we should put
Have
on.
you heard anything
Poutine versus brisket.
with your ear to the
Brisket
ground
poutine.
downtown? Have you heard
That
anything
does sound good.
about a long-term, like an Armadillo Festival, a Boot Fest type deal? Anything associated with this new venue that we're creating in downtown Victoria?
I have not, but they're doing the big celebration, 200-year celebration.
Yes, sir.
2024. That's all I've heard.
So they
I'm
definitely
sure
want that project completed
They want that
before
complete
that.
before they start talking about anything
Well,
else.
isn't
That's
BJ
what I'm
Nelson
thinking.
doing that?
She's pulling the bricks out.
She's
Her,
pulling
the
the
White
bricks out.
Trash
Yes.
Site Services
There you
is
go.
doing the brickwork.
I'm wondering if when they have to finally implode One O'Connor Plaza, will it fall on that new venue?
Stop it. Stop.
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, because at some point.
I got one on Bailey Zappi, okay?
Tell us about Bailey.
Madden Play Game, the 2024 coming out. They have Bailey Zappi listed on that at a rating of 63. I'm not sure where that puts him, but I know he's 12 points. They said 12 points behind Mac Jones, who is the starting quarterback for New England. So he's on it. You can play Bailey Zappi on the Madden game 2024.
Absolutely.
So you're going to want to take Bailey Zappi and you're going to spend a bunch of money and make him a 99
There you go.
But here's the
with his
deal.
attributes.
A tremendous job for that young man.
I
He's
think so. I love
making
that
a
kid. Good
bunch of
kid.
money by
Yeah,
anybody's
no,
standards.
I'm not knocking him at all.
And-
I'm just saying
No,
that's
no,
what
I
you want
know.
to do to make him compete with. If you're playing the game again, if you want to play Bailey Zappi in the game and you're playing against somebody who's Kansas City,
Right.
you're going to have to spend money to make him.
Spend money to make
But
it.
man, to
quarterback that
be
you
the
need to.
backup quarterback in the NFL
Oh, yeah,
is the
heck
best
yeah.
job in
Man.
sports.
And if Jones goes down again, he's in.
And you
Yeah.
know he'll deliver.
And you know he will go down again
What
because
he
Mac
start-
Jones already just a little
started
bit
2
injury
games.
prone.
He won them both. He started 2 games, so he won them both. So that's
I
good.
look, Zabby's a fine player
Yep.
and an even better human being. So I really can't wish him
good
anything
kid.
but the best.
That's a good.
Absolutely.
That is a fine young man. Sat
Yes,
with him
sir.
when he was down here, and they gave him that award. Just a fine young man.
Jim Hartman checking
Where's-
in. Good
where's
morning
he
to you,
from?
sir.
From here, he grew
He's
up
from
here.
here.
Played
Really?
at
Victoria
Victoria
East.
East.
I'll be dang.
Played at Houston Baptist for 3 years, and then he went
Western
to Western
Kentucky.
Kentucky,
Western
where he
Kentucky.
just broke all the records.
Yeah, he
threw
broke.
60-something touchdowns. It's crazy.
Junior, he good.
He crazy.
Very good ball
Big-
player.
He
And
he had a
listens to you.
plan, and he worked his plan.
Correct.
And then he said all the right things at his combine interviews and all. He's a fine kid, and he
Well, and
deserves everything he's got.
not forget the obvious. He can throw the football
No
They
doubt.
said
with
he's got a
enough
good arm.
zip
Zippy Zappy.
Yeah,
Zippy's-
he's Bailey Zippy Zappy.
Put a little Zappy Zip on it.
Because it doesn't matter how well you do the interviews, how fast you can run. If
And
you
how
can't
good
throw,
you
you're
play.
not quarterbacking in the NFL.
You got to play. There's Jim Hartman checking in. Mr. Hartman, we already talked
Love you,
about
Mr.
the
Hartman.
great support of the VCS companies and all that you folks have done for us through the years, and do give you a little extra shout out this morning. Hope you're doing fine, my brother. We love you guys. It's Thursday.
There's our gotta go music.
Yep.
Go, come see me at bingo tonight.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
bingo,
You
pals.
can
Bingo.
console me.
Where
See y'all
friends meet for nigga. Hey, Junior, will follow you home. Let you buy him drinks.
Yeah.
Bye, folks.
I've been shot at and cut with a knife, messing around with another man's wife. But other than that,